Alright guys, on the bench we have a GE Superbase model 3-5875A. And so I've had this Superbase since, I hate to say it, since December. This was sent to me, I actually did another video on this before, but this radio was sent to me kind of like a last hope. The owner didn't really know who else to have this look at it. Yeah, so it's been to, like my other video said, it's been to a shop up in upstate New York, where I was told via text that it was there for 5 months, and nothing was done to it. He was told it was recapped. Wasn't recapped. In fact, still saved the caps from earlier. They're all in there. But I originally had given up on this. I was having issues with sideband. I had told the owner, I'm like, hey, I have AM working. I don't know how much longer I can, keep this here. This was several months ago. I'm super busy. These things are a pain in the ass to work on, whatever. I'm like, if you want, I'll keep it and work in between jobs. I said, it's, probably going to be a few more weeks, whatever, I'm like, when things slow down, I'll take a look at it, things speed up, if I get more work, I got to, take care of other customers. So he agreed to it, which was nice, because these things really are a pain in the ass to work on with the dual boards and, trying to get the voltages right and dealing with separating the boards and whatever. Anyway, make a long story short, I finally got this thing working 100%. Great receive, great AM power, and this thing's just a powerhouse on sideband. Yeah, I just wanted to do a kind of like a follow-up video. I put this on my bench last night, and I was kind of messing around with it, trying to see if there was something I had missed. So the problem I was having was it had 0 sideband power, and I had gone through the transceiver alignment 2-3 times, to no avail. I just couldn't get sideband to work at all. Had great receive, great AM, but yeah, sideband. But anyway, so looking through the radio, this is just a follow-up I wanted to do. So this belongs to a local guy. When I mean local, from Massachusetts, guy Thomas. So I ended up, recapping everything, which these are a pain in the butt to recap. Just overall, in general, just monster to recap. But anyway, I got the whole thing recapped. Aligned it. Got AM to work. Got a bunch of functions to work. I got the clock to work. I still have another issue with the fast button here. Just doesn't work. Something in under there. I still got to take a look at that. I still got the meter lights to fix. A couple odds and ends, but as far as TX and RX, this thing's 100% now. But had a bunch of, it looked like, as you can see here at the back, there was a switch here in this hole here. There was a couple more back here. Somebody had removed the channel mod, and basically it looks like they ripped the wires right out of the bottom of, the VCO on the foil side. What a nightmare that was to fix. But anyway, I got it fixed. But the issue I was having was with these goddamn pass-throughs, and they are such a pain in the ass on these radios. Again, I have like a love-hate relationship with these Superbases, but they're great radios, when you're, when everything is working right, but they are a bear to work on when stuff's messed up. But anyway, let me get a pointer here. For all you techs familiar with these, you know exactly what I'm talking about with these pass-throughs. I had to go over every single pass-through on these boards. They're just a pain in the ass. Couple of there. I had to go over every single one. And finally, that fixed sideband. I finally got a little indication, you know, a little modulation on the RF meter that sideband was working, and then I went back and, you know, went back and did the transceiver adjustment after I got sideband working. And finally, I was able to get full power back on sideband. But yeah, even these header pins here, I had to go over every single thing on this board. But you can see here, actually, surprisingly, this capacitor, it, you know, was intact. It didn't leak, thank God. So I didn't have to fix any traces on this side. It just had some glue on there. But other than that, that capacitor did not leak. The A and B antenna switch works. Speech compressor works. So this radio is, it's actually a really decent radio now. So what I'm going to do is, what we can do is, we can check, we'll do an on-air test, but, you know, eventually, but I'd like to get this on the watt meter so you guys can actually see, this actual powerhouse on sideband. It's no slouch on AM, receives well, but really good on sideband. But all right, so let's put this to AM. Exactly 4 watts. Audio. All right, swinging all the way up to like 15, coming back down to like 12 or so. It's perfect. Let's put this to lower sideband. Audio. Hitting like 25, so that's the 30-watt scale. Go back to upper sideband. Audio. Same thing. So now, as far as transmit goes, that was on. Speech compressor was normal. Mic power up. I don't know if we're going to see a difference here on my speech compressor, because I don't necessarily think you're going to gain power. Audio. Yeah, you're not going to really gain. I think it's more for quality. I could be wrong, but you know, more or less for audio quality rather than more audio power. But anyway, transmit's working. Let me hook this up to the signal generator, and we can actually see what it's doing for SYNAD. I don't have SYNAD specs for this radio. If anybody knows or is able to look it up, I tried looking it up on the internet. I couldn't get any SYNAD specs. Very few radios give you SYNAD specs, but let's see what she's doing for SYNAD on the signal generator here. Stand by. All right, so I have a minus 67 dBm signal going into this, which is equivalent to an S9. And we got an S9 on the meter. Alright, so that's set up nice. Yeah, so now let's do we'll do a SYNAD test. Let me get this set up here and stand by. Alright, the SYNAD is hooked up. And we have about minus 110 dBm at 12 dB SYNAD. So sorry about the tone. That's not bad. It's right about average for these radios, these cybernets. You You know, they're more or less known for, I mean, they're overall great performers, but really good on sideband. So yeah, so there you have it. So now, what I'm gonna do is, I have some odds and ends to fix. Like I said, I have this, the timer set fast. Something is up with that. So I gotta fix that. That should be working, but it's not. Meter lights. That's me changing those out. So I'm gonna be using what's called these are warm white LEDs. So they kind of simulate incandescent bulbs. So it's not going to be the super white. You know, you can't almost see the meter. These work really well, especially if you're doing like a almost like an original look. You know, which this radio is pretty much all stock. You know, except except for these LEDs. But this is a really good option if you want to have that like nostalgic look. You know, you can get these warm white LEDs. They kind of simulate the incandescent bulbs of the meters. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then, you know, I'll probably end up, not probably, I'm going to end up cleaning up this radio. There's a couple of, you know, areas here where it's, you know, kind of grimy or whatever. It looks like it's been sitting for a while. I'm going to get this re-glued because it rubs up. This is kind of like peeling off, you know, the silk screening on the back. So when you turn the dials, it's rubbing up on the back here. So I'll get that re-glued. Clean this up as best I can. Clean up the cabinets or the covers, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I'll take it from there. So let me get this cleaned up. I'll get the meters working again, and then we'll do like a final on-air test. You know, see how it sounds, see how the speaker sounds, and we'll see if we can't get a radio check from somebody. It's kind of tough in this area here, but we'll try anyway. Alright, so next time you see this radio will be nice and clean and hooked up to do an on-air test. Stand by. I wasn't originally going to show the whole cosmetic, you know, process of these radios, but I figured maybe somebody out there might enjoy, you know, seeing this. So I popped off all the knobs, and you can see here that, you know, because it is unglued, you can see that the actual knobs here were actually rubbing up against you know, the back there, and you're starting to lose that silk screen. So yeah, I ended up this kind of just popped off on its own. Let me try to get this. Yeah, it didn't take too much effort to pop off the rest of this. But what I'm going to do is I'll try to scrape up some of this glue that's a little bit high, like all the high spots. And then, you know, what I find works well for these is this type of glue here. This E6000. You can get it pretty much anywhere. Home Depot, Ace, you know, your local hardware store. You can even get it at like your like a hobby store or whatever. But it dries clear, and it's super strong. Kind of elasticy, but you know, it will expand and contract too with different temperatures. So that's the best glue I find that works for this, or whatever the equivalent is. I think Loctite makes a similar type of glue. You can go down that road as well. But yeah, so took off all the knobs. So I'll end up cleaning up like all that dust and probably you know, human skin particles, whatever that stuff is. I'll get these knobs cleaned up, and I'll get this cleaned up as best I can. You got to be careful with these. Don't use like any chemicals, like harsh chemicals on these, because you'll lose the silk screen on a lot of these older, I guess indicators or whatever you want to call this, the silk screening, you'll lose that. So be careful with that. Probably maybe some soap and water, like dish detergent, or like a glass cleaner or like a multi-surface cleaner, but no harsh chemicals. Don't use like a paint thinner or acetone or like denatured alcohol. None of that stuff. Just mild stuff. So, and the other issue with this radio is inside, like behind this clear plexiglass thing. The problem with these radios is dust still gets in there. So the only way to clean that is to unscrew these screws, and then the little ones, along there, you pop that off and then you clean on the inside. That's the only way to get behind this display here. And you clean that with some glass cleaner and like a microfiber cloth. So I'm going to be doing that. And you can get in here with like a brush and some glass cleaner. I want something like, this is like a Crafts brush. And you can get in there, that way, kind of doing that motion. And then you kind of blow it off with some compressed air if you have access to that. If not, don't worry about it. But, that works well. And that's about it. So, let me get this taken apart a little bit further. I'll get this cleaned up. I'll get all this, I don't know what that is, but it's kind of grimy. So I'll get it as best I can. All right, let me take this off. Stand by. All right, so once you get the screws off, you can see that this clear display or cover comes off. You have to kind of pry it up because it kind of sits in there like a recess. But you can see now you have access to the rest of the front here, and you can actually clean that up and make it look nice. Now, because you just don't have access to this without removing that cover. So now just take some glass cleaner and a nice microfiber rag. Probably just brush up some of this debris first, and then you can get this display nice and clean. And then, get this nice and clean as well. And then you can put it back. When you put it back, obviously be careful not to get any fingerprints on the inside of this, because then, once it lights up, you're going to see it, and then, you have to do the whole process over again. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. So yeah, just be wary of your fingerprints. All right, let me get this whole thing cleaned up, re-glued, and back on, and I'll also clean up the knobs, and get the lights working in the meter again, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, so we have a completed GE Superbase here, nice and clean, just working beautifully. Looks good too. I got all the knobs pretty much clean. The back here, all these indicators here, the silk screen, nice and in place. It's no longer moving. So now when you move the knobs, it's not scraping up against the back. I also got it's actually 540, but I actually got the high speed or the fast adjustment fixed. Slow's working, so all the functions are working. So let's get this back clock set. Well, anyway, I don't have to do that, but it's working. Meters, you can kind of see it gives that warm glow. It's not that super white. Sometimes it could be annoying glow. So I really like these warm white LEDs. They definitely do the trick if you're looking for a replacement for the incandescents. He also decided to go with a 636L. I usually keep 3 or 4 of these in stock. They're just good all around mics. So he bought one off of me and wired it up. And radio's working good. It's working great. So yeah, let's do another transmit test here. So we're on. Let's do AM. Audio. All right, we're swinging to almost 15. Let's do upper sideband. Oop. Audio. Audio. This is where these units really shine, is on sideband. Lower sideband. Audio. Audio. Yeah, these are sideband monsters. We already did receive. I'm not going to hook up the signal generator again, but what I'll do now is put this on air, and we'll do some channel surfing. We'll see if we get any skip. It is a little bit later on in the day, but I think we should still be able to get something. But yeah, so I'm really happy with this. It took a while, but again, the customer knew, what was, what we were in for, I guess you could say, when it came to this. These are a real pain to work on, but when they are working, man, they're a good-looking radio. They work really well. But man, when they're broken, they're really broken. Yeah, let me connect we'll do an on-air test. I'll put the antenna to this, and we'll do some channel surfing. Stand by, guys. Alright, I got the correct time again, and I got the antenna hooked up to it. So let's do some channel surfing, see what's going on out there. We'll do AM first. It is a little later in the day, so I'm sure skip's not going to be as strong as it usually is, but you can get an idea here.
Man, my longtime friend as well has been a spell. Hey, Jack Daniels, break the glasses out, let's chit-chat and all that. Come on. How about it, Jack Daniels? How about it, Jack Daniels? You got a copy on Knuckle Buster?
to lower sideband.
It took your marks from 100% to 50%. But you know how you're talking like this, and all of a sudden you go like that. When you go like that, it cleans it right up. That's me right here. Oh, yeah, that made a difference. Okay, yeah, that made a difference. Beautiful. It's kind of low, but still, you're more readable. You're not as punching as much. WCQ 940 Panama City, Florida, trying. 45. Please show the contact, sir. Have yourself a lovely afternoon. Good time with. Could you have a kid? And how much like you say one? Hey, 363, you came up in Arkansas loud and proud. You came up on his Arkansas forward, he loud and proud. 636, got a bring with the way back your way. Standing by, Echo Flight 1 in Carolina, we got you in there, 559 Texas Mobile.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just glad that Thomas is able to have his radio back in full working order, and that I appreciate his patience. You know, he knew that I was, it's busy, you know, for us techs. It's, you know, I keep getting mail-ins and mail-ins and mail-ins, which I appreciate, you know, but there's really not too many reputable places around. So, yeah, thanks for waiting, Tom, and hopefully you'll enjoy this radio for, you know, another 30 years. All right, guys, thanks for watching.